Alright, it is currently 4 o'clock in the morning, 17th of July 2018. I'm leaving room number 1 here, Lodge 4, at Holden Village, and I'm going to be heading up Mount Fernow today. So I'm at the trailhead for Copper Basin, top of the mine tailings. I was here yesterday during the daytime, just scouting out what the area looked like. See one little faint light from Holden, but I'm heading up here into the woods. First little opening through the woods. This is part of the Copper Peak Fernow ridgeline. A couple of nice waterfalls. Temperature feels great right in here. Sun's about to hit the mountains relatively soon. So I heard some noise. And it turns out there's a porcupine kind of crawling up on the mangy looking creature. Now this is picturesque. I believe the trail ends right here. Just looking at a nice wall of mountains. Everything is very still. And I'm just going to have to start my route finding. Get all the way up into there and over the saddle. You can see a small little glacier right in there. There's quite a lot of water that is coming down from it. So within here, these are all larches. I think we got some heather, as well as I saw some better ones of these, but I think these are the twin flowers. And I saw the seed head of a western pasque flower a little bit while ago. If I see a better one though, maybe I'll point it out. Here we go. These are all the pasque flowers. They're already past the flowering season. It's just kind of these seed heads, but even the seed heads are wilting away. Copper Basin is the darkness down below there. So I was viewing this approach from down below and it looked pretty steep, but in all honesty this is very mild. You just got cut through there. Around these trees it should be fairly a little bit more level. So I have officially hit sunlight and getting close to the top here. Let's see, it is 7:17 on July 17th. 65-68 elevation. So I've got another 2,700 feet. Snow here is a little bit choppy. I think this is probably an old avalanche scar. I am almost nearing the top of the col, and this is the snowfield that I came from that direction there. Now this is the view towards Mount Maud. That's quite amazing. Mount Maud, and then that's part of Seven Fingered Jack. I'm at 7,800 feet, 1,400 feet left. I gotta summit this false hill and then follow the ridgeline, and that's part of Mount Fernow right there. I'm finding all these little rocks here, and they're actually volcanic pumice, extremely lightweight. So I told Auntie Lisa that I'd be on this ridgeline right around 8 to 9 o'clock this morning. I think it's a little bit past that time, but this is the only spot, I believe, where you can view Holden way down below there. I don't know if my relatives are looking for me or not at this time, but I'll just give a little wave. That's the furthest I can zoom. So you don't even really see all of Holden, you just see kind of the chalet portion. There's a glacier that I saw. I think I pointed it out in an earlier clip. It was way above me when I was down there, but as you can see, I am now way above it. It's a small one. Crevasses with a lot of meltwater. You can hear it. Nice drop off. Copper Peak is quite a needle. The final approach to the summit. That's Bonanza Peak right there. I can even see Holden Lake. There's another lake kind of on the side of Dumbbell Mountain. I don't know if it has a name. There's a much bigger veil of water. I kind of walked a little bit further, so this ridge is in the way now. In view, there's a straight plunge. That's where I came from. Kind of descended that steep dirt pile going down, and then found my way to get to this chimney that is leading me towards the top. 100 feet away from the summit. So it took me 6.5 hours. It's about 10:30 in the morning on the summit of Mount Fernow. I believe it is like the 8th highest peak in Washington. It's good cell phone reception up here. Here's just the general view. It does have a very good view in every direction. Can't quite see Lake Chelan, but you can see where it would be. Buckskin. The Entiat Valley kind of makes a curve right there. It's a few glaciers that are really just kind of dangling on the edge. Mount Maud, Seven Fingered Jack, and the peak I'm on are both, all three of them are 9,000 feet. But I'm actually on the highest one. Those you could get to from straight ahead down below. I think there's a little mining town called Trinity. Well, whether my camera can detect it or not, is the Stewart Range. They're pretty hazy though, but Mount Stewart does stand out. It's all part of the Alpine Lakes Wilderness. Mount Daniel, Mount Hinman, Chimney Rock, It's all those snowy peaks. And again, you could very faintly see Rainier. I think most of these peaks coming up towards Glacier Peak don't really have a name. They sure are pocketed with a lot of glaciers. I think that glacier in there is called the Honeycomb Glacier. It's one of those that they've been studying on retreat. On the other side of those is the White Chuck Glacier or something. But that one has retreated, I think, 90% within the last 60 years. Glacier Peak always stands out. Image Lake, and I think there's a fire lookout near there too. I believe are kind of in that area in there. I don't know for sure though. I do see something that looks kind of fire lookout-ish. Of course I can't see with how bright it is. I think Dumbbell Mountain, that might be the true summit. And this one here is the one that we always see from Holden itself. Way out there is the Twin Sisters. That is close to Bellingham. You can even see the flank of Mount Baker. Mount Shuckson, that's a pretty iconic mountain. Way in the far background. And look at that gnarly traverse over to Copper Peak. I know people who've done it. I'm not sure I would care to do that. It's got quite a razor right there. There's a lot of ladybugs up here as well. It's a chipmunk and a pika. We're both just on the summit here. They saw me open my canned food. Cool little iridescent fly.
So if I remember, it looks like Fernow and Seven Finger Jack and Water are all kind of on the same ridge line.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I saw Seven Fingered from the saddle down there, and it's got probably about 20 spires.
Yeah, it's not just 7. I don't know who came up with that.
But from the summit here, I'm counting 7. So,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, boy, I love those mountains.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do a 2 gigapixel size panorama for my spherical. And then I took a generic one, and then Grandma wants me to find a rock. Well, as usual, I don't really care to descend, but I've been up here a few hours, and I need to get back down. Got some phlox. Purple flower. Two glissades here. It dropped me about 400 feet down relatively fast. There goes our last view of Mount Maud. Back at the saddle. And taking a few glissades back down. It's a little bit of mountain goat fur that has shedded off. Getting to be evening hours. The sun is setting behind the high mountain. Back at the tailings. Just have to walk over to the hike house. Check myself out. Alright, I checked my name off the Copper Basin as well as all other trails. Should be good to go.